to share
my experience.
our experience why you actually need to ask your partner some questions. And also, this question is not question that you are going to ask in closed doors.
Have the conversation over
You
the
have
phone.
to have the conversation instead over the phone or an open place, probably when you go for dinner or you go for an outing. But it's not the conversation you are going to be discussing inside AC, inside blue light.
Okay. Oh, hi.
Hello guys, you're welcome back to our channel. This is Ayonitemitv. If it's your first time here, you're welcome. And if you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome to our channel. Guys, I promise you a get topic. Now we are here. And I told you that we are going to be bringing an important guest. This is my special baby. This is a special guest on Ayonitemitv channel today. So we're going to be discussing a very interesting topic. Guys, like this is my friend. Yeah, introduce yourself now.
Okay, all right, guys. So my name is Bola, and I'm
Yeah.
this babe's friend.
Guys, this lady, I met her when I met her in 2008. Yes.
Yeah.
I met her in 2008 and we were in GS2 then.
Okay.
Do you know why we were close? Guys, you know why we were close? We used to come early to class to pick love letters when we were small. Like, that what's the inside class there, guys.
You drop it.
They'll be writing love letters in the afternoon inside class. So both of us, we knew people that are writing love letter. So we come early in the morning to start packing love letters.
Yeah.
From kinikon to so from
Then
this
not finding out who wrote it.
That's so that was the partners were partners in crime. Then
100%.
yes, so to another school. So we went together also to another school.
Same school.
Yeah, same school, and we also in the same location. So we've been together since 2008. And guys, guess what? Like she has been wonderful, really. She has been wonderful.
Yeah, you too, babe.
Yeah.
You too.
So guys, I want to talk about a very important topic. So this topic is very controversial. So we want to talk about sexual conversations before marriage. Guys, I know that we were told not to talk about this. During relationship, we're told not to. But yes, in Christian relationship, we're told not to talk about this topic because of some reasons. But let us be sincere between both of us.
You still ask.
Between me and you.
We still talk about it.
We still talk about it. We still talk about it, and that's the truth actually. So don't let us lie to each other. We talk about it. So, well, for me, I didn't see a reason to talk about it. Then, in fact, as a matter of fact, we didn't really talk about it. But my friend shared something with me, and I was wow, like seriously, hey. My friend almost entered one chance. I have to invite her to this channel, for us to talk about this.
Yeah.
What are the questions about doing the do that you need to ask your partner? I said that we're told not to ask. But after sharing our experience with me, I was like, no. We need to come to this channel and talk about it. Like, I didn't talk about it, but God saved me. Like,
You didn't enter one chance.
I didn't enter one chance. Yes. Also, there's a disclaimer. If you are under 18, please waka pass. This video is not for you. We're going to be using some terminologies in which don't come and ask me the meaning here. Don't come and ask me the meaning of what you want to say. So if you don't know the meaning, that means that this video is not for you. So let's get started. So babe, no, don't let me call you babe. How many baby I have?
Plenty.
I just go and give my husband another name.
Because they are calling me
babe. I've been generalized.
Honestly, 100%. So guys, that was just my friend about what happened to me. Because see, I still have a gist for you, but that one is story for another day.
Yeah.
Do you get it? Don't worry, just watch out for that one. Very interesting story.
Yeah.
So this one was, I think I had a relationship then, and it didn't work out. Fine and good. So in the process, there was this guy. He was staying in, yeah,
He stays in abroad.
yes, he stays abroad actually. So it's not like we are not in the same country, we are not near each other at all. So we just got to know each other through a friend. So in the process of we getting to know each other, normal, is a mature person and is way older than me. So this person is not a small boy or a small guy. So he's a very, very mature person. So, but sometimes I think because of what we encounter these days as single ladies, I'm not married. So because of the things we hear, the things we see, the things we encounter these days, it's kind of make you want to, it makes you inquisitive. Do
Yeah.
you get, you want to know, because you
Yes.
don't just want to fall into anybody's trap. You need to be careful,
Exactly.
because these days it seems
Yeah.
like when our parents were getting married, it was way easier than this
Now.
generation.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just see someone coming, forming a brother and all that, and you end up falling into his trap. So you don't just want
Yes.
to get into anybody's hands
Trap.
easily like
Mm-hmm.
that. So that was what prompted me then. So we were not together, so we were fine. We're not together, we're not in the same country, we were talking over the phone. And a discussion led to, I think the discussion that led to this question was, I think there's this thing about zodiac sign of a person or something that they will say. I don't even know.
No.
I don't know about it either. So that was what led to the discussion that day. And I could remember that we were asking about, so it led to me asking a question about a sexual fantasy. So when I asked him this question came from nowhere, trust me, because it's not something that I've ever asked. Do you get? Well, I just felt it like, let me just ask this guy. And to my surprise, guys, oh my God. Oh my God. Like, I wasn't expecting such. Like, I was shocked. And that's not to say that there are some other people that might not be able to flow along with, coming from the perspective that I have of him, that this person is a, now, brother, a believer and all that. I wasn't expecting that, because when you were talking about sexual fantasy and this guy was like, okay, I should go and browse it and know about it. And he told me that out of all these fantasies, maybe you can try all. And guys, you don't want to know what is there. And the things I was seeing when I browsed was like number of sums, like bondage stuff and all. I was
That is
like,
comfortable with them.
he doesn't mind.
He
That's what he's trying
doesn't
to say.
mind
He was telling me that it's a way of, trying to
exploring.
explore as a married person. So when we
Wow.
get married, you can invite, you get what I mean. And I was like, yes,
They beat the hell out of you.
my dear. I was like, you are supposed to be a believer, my brother. And he was not joking. He was not joking. He was not joking. And from there, I knew it that no, I cannot do this. I cannot do this. And it didn't even end there. I think I told you that he was telling me then that, okay, fine, because he was far away, he needed me to show some flesh and let him see some part of my body, that
Yeah.
is not a big deal. And I was like, brother, you're supposed to be a believer. Why? Why are you doing that? So it just made me realize that sometimes things that works for our fathers, or it might not work in this generation.
Yes.
Because
So I
just imagine I didn't ask him that
yeah,
kind
what I
of
want to
question. I may
say.
I may never know.
Yes.
If you would advise me to
Yes.
wait till marriage to ask that kind of question,
Yeah.
no, it was not just working for me. I don't know, some people
Yes.
might be okay with having
Yes.
someone else on their matrimonial bed with them
Yes.
as a way of exploring,
Yes.
but never. No, no, it's a deal
Yeah.
breaker for me. So now
Yes.
imagine you having to leave that conversation till getting married, or 2 weeks to your,
Married.
when
So even when you
you've done.
told me, when you're talking about all those songs, I didn't even know the
She didn't even know
meaning.
what it means.
All
My
those
married friend,
yeah, I didn't know what it is
she
actually.
didn't even know
Like
what
all that when she was just telling all those terminology, I like I don't
I
know.
had to
I
browse. Though I
don't
was
know.
told to
I had to
browse.
yeah, she has to explain it to her like, are you
I was
serious?
like,
So
are
I was
you
just
okay?
thinking that wow, like we really have to have this discussion
Yes,
because
it's
you may
very, very
actually think
important.
that okay, this guy is a Christian brother, that okay, but even though the person is a Christian sister, a Christian brother, we have different beliefs.
I'm sorry to cut you short. That's not to say that if you get married to your husband, you cannot, explore and all. No, that's a
That's
different
just
case. Please.
for us, like
Just
our own
us, our own,
experience.
yeah.
So you may not know your own experience, but it's still, I think it's still safer for you to know what you are going into. Do you know
Yeah.
what baffles me is that, during marriage counseling, of course, during marriage counseling, they ask us all these things. And so they asked us,
Wow.
yes, we filled a form and they wrote all these things,
I
and
need to answer them
we were clicking it.
on
Okay,
it.
this we don't like, this we
We
like, and all
discussed
that.
it. So they need
So
to know if it matches.
yeah, so now you know that in marriage counseling they discuss all other things except all these things. In some marriage
True.
counseling, this
True.
in which that is one of the major things that causes issues in marriage.
Marriage. 100%.
So now, guys, I'm going to be going into the questions now. Conversations to have about doing the do, everything that pertains it. I'm going to be discussing it exclusively
Yeah.
in this video. And the first
Supposed.
question to ask is that, now, as a believer, why do you want us to wait till marriage? You have to ask. The reason why you have to ask, because you don't know, maybe they want to wait because so as to satisfy you, in which when they can't take it anymore, they will do it outside with somebody
Okay,
else.
for me, I even feel like if you're a Christian lady, if you have that if you have to, if there is a need for you to have that conversation, and you realize the fact that this person doesn't have the conviction in his heart not to do the do before marriage, don't go into it. It's stressful, it's frustrating. I've been there. Honestly, it's
Oh
don't do it,
god.
because it's tiring. You have to constantly remind that person, reason, give
Person,
him reasons why not to do it.
especially when it's long courtship or long
Maybe you met in
dating
school days
period.
and you have to date for 4 years, 3 years. Do you know how much stress you are going to give yourself, like mentally? You have to
Yeah,
constantly tell this
you have
person,
to
do you know
quote
that it's
Bible.
not
See,
good?
I've seen
Do
people
you
that a Christian that told me that I should open Bible.
where it
There is
is?
it that you should not do the do before marriage. Like,
Just imagine the stress you are going to give yourself. Because I feel like if this person doesn't have a conviction in his heart not to do it,
yes, we keep
there's don't
stressing
bother,
and
because he
stressing.
doesn't see the reason why he shouldn't do it.
Yes,
He's not convinced. It will even make it stressful for you, because at the
yeah.
end of the day you might now try to compromise.
No, what we in that kind of case, what how will it going to help you in your down moments?
Exactly,
It will
because
even
it will be there
capitalize.
to
It will even capitalize on your
just,
weakness instead of
yeah,
helping you
out
out.
of it,
Instead of helping you out of it.
out of it, yeah.
I remember when we're in relationship. There was a time that, no, in fact, I think in our early
Dating
dating
phase.
period, yes, we used to go together to pray. So then we used to hold our hands to pray. So I discovered that like
The feeling
the
is
feeling,
there,
like I was just feeling somehow
intense.
with holding of hands. I had to voice out and tell him that, please let us stop holding hands. That I'm not comfortable holding that. We are praying, but I'm holding
And
something
your mind will be
else. Yes,
distracted.
my mind was distracted, so I had to stop it until after some years. No, I resumed holding of hands, but then I was fine. So what if it's a guy that,
That
okay, he
doesn't even
will
mind.
even does not mind, so he will capitalize on that and probably take advantage of
That
my
moment,
weakness.
yeah. So you need
So you have
to
to, both of you have to be on the same page,
page, yeah.
such that, if because there will be down moments,
Of
and that's it.
course,
So
of
if you are
course.
down, you both of you may not likely be in your low moments at the
At
same
same
time.
time,
So if you are down, the other person will be able to encourage you
yeah.
and bring you up and all that. And if the other person also is low, you'll be able to encourage the other person. So that you have to know, why do you want us to wait till marriage? Is it because the fear of God? You have to know. Is it because you are convinced about it? You have to know
Is
why.
it because of me? Because I said so?
Yes, I'm
Because
waiting
I did
for
not want
you.
it?
Yes, you have to
And do you
actually
realize
know.
that at the end of the day, the longer it is, the harder?
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, this person might have to go out to go and get what is unable to
From
get from you,
somewhere
and
else.
from there,
Yeah.
that's the end of that relationship.
Yes. Another question that you need to ask your partner is that, do you help yourself? If you don't understand what we are saying,
Then you are below 18
they are
years.
below 18 years.
It's
So
not for
ask
you.
them, do you help yourself? I don't want to use the terminology here. So if they say yes, you can ask, how often, how long have you been doing that? just to know. And you have to also ask them that, do you still want to continue in marriage? If you still want to continue in marriage, there may be problem. So you need to ask them, so that, okay, if it's that you're going to help each other, that okay, help each other out of it
out of it.
and all that. But you just have to be aware, does this person, do you help yourself?
But I feel like one thing, I don't think some people even have problem with it. So you need to know if you have a problem with it in the first place.
Yes,
Some people
yeah, that's
doesn't.
another. Some people see it as
Some people
a,
does
what's it
not.
called, as
A
something
norm
normal, something normal. You understand? But instead of doing it outside, let me help myself. So you have to know the person's perspective
about it.
about it. You have to
See
ask
if
the
it's something you
person.
can work
So
with.
it's the person that say, okay, I still want to continue in marriage, oh. So you will know, we can't advise you on what to do. So she
This thing we are just saying it
she
based on
had
our
an
own.
experience, and she couldn't cope. She had to break up the relationship.
Yeah.
Do you understand? So we can't advise you on what to do. You are the one that know what to do about it. The next question that you need to ask your partner is that, have you been molested before?
Very
Have you
important.
been raped before? Have you been harassed before? And all of that. You have to ask them. That, and have you been healed? If you have not been healed, it is a big problem.
Because I've heard of a lady that was harassed, do you get, and she later got married, but that fear was just there.
Yeah.
Do you get, like, for a very longer period? The husband, and funny enough, and that's how I feel, if you are dating a person or if you're in a relationship with a person, you should be able to pour out everything. Let him know everything. Because the man is unable to help the lady because he's not even aware that she has gone through something like
Something
that.
like that.
So, and it was kind of bringing issues in
Yeah,
their
I'm sure
marriage,
it will.
because the what's it called now, experience that the lady went through with that act, she couldn't get over it. She
Yeah.
hasn't gotten over
There's
it
no how
even
we have
till
to get
marriage.
on the
So I would
marriage.
have advised that if you had gone through that, try to have a discussion with your partner,
Yes.
see how he or she can help you out of it, and make sure you have healed from it before going to marriage.
Yes, yeah.
That's just it.
Because it's the person that is going to
It's going to suffer for it, my
it's over
sister.
for it.
Yeah, suffer for
So
it.
there is no it's a trauma.
Yeah,
So there's no
you need to
if
heal.
it's to go for a therapy and all of that. You just have to be healed from it
Yeah, you need to
before
heal.
getting into marriage. Another question that I need to ask, I think this our last point leads us to this point, that, do you have any fears about doing the do? Do you have any fears? Is there anything that you've been told that gives you, that makes you to be afraid and all of that? In my last video, I discussed about you discussing your fears
To
about doing
partner.
the do to your partner. Let them know what you are scared of. Discuss it so that you'll be able to know how to work around it, how to be, what's it called, how to get over those things before marriage, before, what's it called, before getting married. Yeah.
I have little to say because I'm
Okay.
single.
Okay. Yeah, sorry now.
Okay, I was just joking. What I feel about that is that I feel like every lady, maybe if they are doing it for the first time, they have that fear already in their mind, because every married lady will tell you it's painful.
Why are you
This thing is
that
this
is
thing.
because you were told.
I was told, that's why.
That's why now.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why.
That you are told that it's going to be painful. So you have it
I
registered
said
in
this in
your
my
mind.
last video, that because we're being told.
That's what I'm
If you're
saying.
not, what did they not tell you? You no go
You have it registered in your mind already that that day is going to be, you have it in your
your
mind.
mind
So
already.
that is number one fear, that is going to be painful.
Painful.
Do you get? So you still have to, there's still need for you to have that discussion that, me, I heard that it's going to be painful. What do you think? Okay, maybe to the married, to our married, maybe they can give us more information on
I
that.
know I said that
Do you get?
I did a
But of
video
course you need
last
to
one.
you need to
So I
have
wrote
that
I
discussion.
discussed some tips on how to have at least less painful. I cannot guarantee.
Okay, you can't be guaranteed,
I can't guarantee because our pain
but you can be
threshold
helped.
our pain threshold differs.
Yeah,
What
it
I can
does.
tolerate,
I
maybe
may
you
not be able
tolerate
to.
it. So another question I need to ask your partner is that, what is their appetite like? Now, this question applies more to someone that has been active before, or someone that is still active.
That is still
That is
active.
still active. Someone that has been active before, because they will have known one way or the other how their appetite is. So So imagine someone that is having a low
But
appetite.
sorry, for a single person, you
Okay,
know, I said I'm single now. So for a single person, do you think it's possible for you to be able to detect that before your marriage?
you mean you can't. I mean, for someone that is not active, you
Yes,
cannot
yes, that is
detect.
not active.
You cannot really judge now.
Same
For someone that has been active, we know.
before.
In fact, it even change that and that for instance. It may change from low to high, high to low. But you still
But I
have
feel
to
like
have the
hormone,
idea.
is it that the hormones has a
Yes,
part
now,
to play
of course,
sometimes?
in fact, let me say the major part to play in it. So you have to ask your spouse if they have been active, what is their appetite, low or high. Do you want it every day? Do you want it
Very
do you
important.
want it every day? Or you don't always you don't what's it called? If I don't ask you, you won't ask me. Like I will you be fine for a week? Will you be fine for a
Yeah,
month?
because I feel you need to ask that question because sometimes situations happens
Mm-hmm.
that are unplanned for. Because I
Yes.
used to say it that see, I'm single, I know I'm single. If I'm married, I want to know that I'm married. Because what's the point? I'm single, I'm staying alone, I'm living my life alone, and I'm married, I want to live my life alone again. Maybe my husband has to travel out of the country, travel to another state and all. So you know, sometimes there are things you don't plan for and they may eventually happen. When it comes, you won't even have choice. All this, I cannot do without my husband, I follow my husband up and down. It might just be a fallacy, do you get? It might end up not happening. You might even end up being in a station where you have to stay with your from your husband for a year and more,
Yeah,
and there's
yeah,
nothing you can do about it.
yeah.
So for that kind of situation, you need to ask him if he's someone that will be
Yeah.
able to control himself to that
So
extent, because
yes,
some people they believe that when I'm married,
yes.
there's nothing, no situation
That's going
that
to
will warrant
stop
me
me.
to not be with my wife for any reason. Do you
Yes.
get? So try to know if that person is on the same page with you. Okay, fine, if we get married and something happens, situation arises and I have to be out of the country for a while, we used to be able
See,
to,
out of the country is even out of the country
out of the
is
house.
even sorry out of the all
It's
those
too
places.
far.
You may even be in same house. Now, okay, guys, this is why we're talking about this. What's it called? That you need to ask this question. You know, I read the story of a woman. No, she was just asking that what can she do? You know, she was pregnant, and the doctor advised that because of the high risk pregnancy, that she should stay away from doing the do. And the
Hey,
husband no gree. So the first
you
time
won't kill the
they
baby.
did, she had miscarriage. So she
Child,
was just miscarrying the
the
child.
child.
So and the husband did not gree. The husband said no, that he can't do without doing it. At the detriment of the
The woman's
wife
health
and
and the
at
baby.
yes, wife said and the
That's so
baby.
wicked. No, that's so wicked. Because sometimes you need to let go of some things. Well,
The woman has to leave the house and hide somewhere till she delivered. No, like okay, then she hide somewhere thinking that okay, but unfortunately the person that she went to stay with revealed to her husband that
location
okay, this is
is with
where
me.
she is, and she was just scared that okay, she didn't want to go back home
Home.
and all of that. So you have to add, because sometimes during pregnancy, some pregnancy doctor may advise that you stay away, so will your husband
Be able
be
to cope.
able to cope? I also read a story that the man was saying that okay, the reason why he started infidelity was during his wife
Pregnancy.
pregnancy, that because he couldn't what's it called, do the do with the wife. So in fact, he started doing it with the sister-in-law.
Hey,
Yeah,
Jesus.
started doing with the
That's
sister-in-law
bad.
that was staying with them. So you
Wow.
have to ask, can you control how much can you control yourself?
Yourself, how much can you hold yourself? Because
Yes.
for some people, they have limits. They might feel like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you're away for 1 week, I'm fine. But anything more than 1 week, no.
Yes, yes. So you have
They
to
just need to
know
know you're on the same page
for how long can you stay away from
from
this
each
thing.
other.
So mind you, this question is for people that they are active, have been active before, because someone that has not been active, they may
Might
not be
not be able
able
to
to
know.
answer this question. So you have to ask this question, like the husband, is he every day? Like in fact some people they won't say every day, morning and night. It is true, it is possible. It
Wow.
is possible, yes, it is very very possible. So you
Wow.
have to
Just
know.
wow.
Yes, you have to know, so that
Because
you know what to do, you know how to prepare for it, so it won't be strange to you and all of that. And one of the major causes of conflict in marriage is this topic we are talking about.
Yes.
You know, sometimes you say, I know I have high kinikon, I have low kinikon, we are not compatible.
Mm.
We're not compatible in the other room. It happens a lot.
And it breaks so many
So many
marriages.
marriages. So you have to
So
ask
many.
about all these things. So the next question is that you have to ask, what is your
No, I think it should
belief?
be the first thing.
Yeah, that should be the first thing. So what's your belief about doing the do? What is your
Generally.
understanding about doing the do in marriage? Do you feel like, okay, it's just for us to procreate,
Yeah,
you
I've
know,
heard people that felt, you know,
procreate,
sometimes some
our
people can be very
firstborn, the
funny.
firstborn, you will have it,
That's all.
secondborn, you will have it,
That's all.
thirdborn, you will have it.
And
In
that's
fact,
the end
there was
of
one
it.
woman that I saw it on a post, you know, a few days ago, that she was saying that for the past 3 years they've never had anything together, and they were staying
In
in
the
the
same
same house, in
house.
the same roof.
Same
Not
house.
a long distance marriage oh. Like she was just complaining that what should she do? 3 good years. So you have to ask, what is your belief about doing the do? Do you feel like for us to just have children, that's all? Or do you believe that, okay, it is for pleasure? Do you believe that it is for you to satisfy me as the wife? Or do you believe that it is for me to satisfy you?
Yeah.
Like the belief, like just ask them, what is your belief
So that
about
you
this thing?
won't, so that you
Why?
won't end up finding out that your spouse just believe that it's just for you to have children.
Have
It might
children
be you might
such that if you don't after first time, second time, third time,
you
and
have the
there is
children and that will be the end
no,
of
maybe
it.
there is no even children yet.
Okay, that
When
one
there
will
is
not
no even
be very
children,
difficult.
so you have to know why. Be like, no, I'm not even doing after all this thing that we have been doing.
It did
What
not
is
lead
the
to
result?
anything
So I'm doing it outside. That is not believe that I believe that, okay, doing the do
for
is
the
just for you
wife
to
to
produce
have the
babies
children.
for me. So you have to know the understanding about it. You also have to share your understanding
About
about
it.
your belief about it. You have to talk exclusively on it and come to, and at least you'll be able to know each other's minds about it. So the next question is, you have to also ask them, for people that they've been active before, what is their experience?
Yeah.
You have to ask this question, and if yes, you have to ask them that what was their previous experience. Or
Experience,
babe,
like,
abi
yes, of course you need to ask this question because oh god. Okay, so I would say asking your partner or whoever you are in a relationship with about their experience is very, very important because for some people they have gone through, I think, traumatic experience even while being active with someone else, which can serve as a danger to your marriage or whatever
yeah.
now that you are together. So you need them to talk about it so that you know how to come in, because if not it can be frustrating. You will get frustrated when you are trying to make them see things in your own way and they
Mm-hmm.
are not just responding to it. You don't know what the problem is.
Yeah.
Do you get? You don't know where this problem is coming from. Sometimes you
Mm-hmm.
might even feel you are the cause of the problem,
Problem. Yeah.
whereas you are not.
Mm-hmm.
So you just need to have a conversation with them, let them tell you everything that they might have gone through in one way or the other,
Mm-hmm.
you know, in the other room with maybe whoever they have been active with.
Mm-hmm.
We've made a disclaimer that this might be for people that are active. Sometimes
Yeah.
some that have not gone through, they might not have to,
Yeah.
really
Bother
debate
about
about
it.
all these
Yes.
questions. So for someone that has been active, and it's now most difficult when one person is active and one person has not been
Be
active.
active. Yeah.
So it might be very, very difficult. So that person has to come out plain, like pour it all out. If they're the lady or the guy, please
Mm-hmm.
try to, talk about it. Let the other person know everything. In that way, even when there are sometimes maybe you put up some action, the person will know where you are coming from and they
Yes.
will know how to
Yes.
come in and how to
Yes.
help you.
Yeah.
So I
That's
think
true.
that's it.
So the next question that you need to ask them is about, what is your opinion about, in fact let me say most of these questions they apply to people that have been active before.
This one, I think
And
it's
let's say
for
most
both, but mostly,
most of the
mostly
question, yeah.
for those that
Yeah,
are
most of the
active.
question. If you can also ask someone that has not been active before, because
And they are, that's why we were talking about fantasy then. Some people just have weird
see
fantasies,
even see
even when they've not been active.
there are some people that they did not do the hack sef.
Okay.
They did not do the act. Of course, we are talking about people that have not been active before. but they are not active. They've not do the do, but they have explore all
Other
they have
things
explore
associated with
all
it.
other things, all everything apart from doing the do
Very
itself.
possible.
Do you understand? So that's another thing. Do you understand? That's
Yeah,
another thing. So you have to ask.
understandable.
Another thing that you have to ask is, what's their opinion about using the mouth? You have to ask them about it. What are you expecting? What are you expecting in the other room? Is it using the mouth? Do you feel okay with it? Are you comfortable with it? Are you not comfortable with it? You have to discuss about it using the mouth, and also going through the back door.
Oyemi o.
So you also have to ask, because
You
this
know,
thing has caused a lot of damages, a lot of issues in marriages. You
but one thing I
understand?
feel is that, what if you I just pray that we don't end up with someone that is not honest. Because sometimes when you ask this question from some people, they end up telling you, ah, no, 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 I'm fine. I'm fine, just because they want to get you. And that's why you need to be very careful. As a Christian
And
lady, you need to be
prayerful
very
too, for
prayerful.
God to
And see,
reveal things
you need
to
to be very,
you.
very sensitive.
Yeah.
Very, very sensitive. Like,
So I said that you should ask if you are going through the normal route or the back route. So you have to ask this question because some women encounter this in their
yeah,
marriage, and it has caused a lot of issues.
issues.
It caused a lot of issues, and
And
know
funny
that it
enough,
has a
they will
lot
not
of
come out
health.
to say it. So you just keep wondering, ah, and they are fine, cute
Mm-hmm.
couples. Why?
Yeah, we do have a lot of consequence on the women's
Uh,
health. Yeah, so some women are just suffering in silence and all of that. No, just coping,
but do you know that
coping
some
and
people that are
coping.
actually fine with these things, they don't really mind.
Yeah, they don't really
So
mind, but
let everybody find their kind. That's what I can
yes,
say. That's
I
it.
think that is it
Find
actually.
your kind. Because no, you're asking this question to know if there is something you can actually.
Yes,
So
couple.
leave that. If you know you
Yeah,
cannot cope with it, don't even go into something you end up regretting
yes,
doing. So
yes,
just
yes.
thank you so much for giving me this information. I really appreciate it, but I cannot cope with. And see, it's not a matter of you fighting with the person. I
Mm-hmm.
appreciate the person for letting you even know. That's
Yeah.
what I did. I really appreciated, but I cannot. Honestly, I cannot.
So another question I need to ask is that, what's their opinion about songs? Their opinion about songs.
You know my opinion already.
You understand what you are trying to say about songs. So don't come and ask me the meaning of songs.
That means you are less than
You can
letting.
go to dictionary, so you can go to Google and type songs. You will
Oh
not see
God, this girl
anything.
will not kill me.
So you have to ask them, are they comfortable, like, are they comfortable with somebody else in the other room with them and all of that. So you have to ask them. You have to ask them.
Because
Don't
some people can
assume.
actually be fine.
Yes,
So, and for you, if you feel this is something I cannot do, because as
yes,
I can't just imagine it. And for
yes,
some people, it's not a big deal. It's
yes.
just a norms. Do
They
you
will
get?
find, in fact,
Play on it,
some like,
doing it.
see, people have a lot of fantasies. Like,
Crazy
there
fantasies.
was
You
one
need to
man,
ask.
that said, I read this like anonymous message. Now he said
Okay.
he loves another person doing it with his wife.
Can you imagine?
He said he just loved watching it.
Can you
He
imagine?
said
That's part of what
he
I'm
just love
saying.
watching the same.
No, now imagine. And that means the wife is in the act already. She does
Yes,
it.
yes.
So I wouldn't blame the wife or judge anybody. But that's to say that maybe the wife has agreed before they got married
They may
that,
not even discuss it. Will it come to your head?
who knows? That's why we are telling you to ask. Please ask.
Will it come to your head? Me, I cannot even think
And
of what you're
sometimes they
saying.
might have, you can never tell. They might have had that discussion and the lady is fine with it. So if,
Mm-hmm.
just ask.
Yes,
Just know
you
what
have
you
to.
are okay with.
Yes, you have to ask. You have
Yeah.
to ask. So another thing is, do you enjoy this all this
Bondage.
bondage, domineering, submissive, and all of that? You know, and if you're a matured single here, I know that you understand perfectly what you
What
are
they're
trying to
talking
talk
about.
about. So you have to ask them, like,
if you
Talk
are
more
willing,
about talk more about it because you are
if
the one that have encountered somebody like that.
if you are willing to be beaten, honestly, you see this, forget the fact that we are laughing about this thing. It's a very, very serious issue, because you won't want to end up with someone that would want what you don't want. It's going to cause, I know that there's a place of compromise for some things, because sometimes you say,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I cannot do this thing,
But like
but
what
at the end
you
of the
said
day,
deal breaker.
of course,
Some
these
deal
things are
breaker.
deal breakers. That's just it.
There's something that you
Just know
want to
that,
do
no,
about
I
it.
don't want to be beaten, I don't want to be handcuffed. Not something you'll be able to do. Just let the person know.
See,
And see, for some, I feel some people are willing to compromise for your sake. I don't know how
yeah,
far that can go.
yeah.
Some people are really willing to compromise for the love, because of the love they have
Mm-hmm.
for that person. Do you get? Just that some are still deal breakers.
You may see it as normal, but somebody else is seeing it
As a
as
norm,
normal thing.
as a norm,
So
it's just a way of
don't feel
exploring
you are
for
seeing
them
it in another way. Somebody else is seeing it
in
in
another
another
entire way.
way. So don't just use your own opinion
Yeah,
to
so we are not
judge.
saying, and that's why we are always giving it to you that it might be okay for some people.
Yeah.
We are just saying that according to our own,
Yes.
preference, we
Yes.
don't want it.
Yeah, so you also have to ask your partner about what do you see about the use of toys.
I feel like
About the use of
this one is
toys.
very, very
It's
controversial.
very controversial, yeah. So
Very,
you have
very.
to ask them about irrespective believer. What's it called? This video is actually Christian Christian, yeah. So you have to ask them that what is their opinion about the use of toys in the other. You have to know their stand on it. They also
Because
have to
I've
know your
seen
stand on
Christian
it a
ladies or
lot.
Christian guys that actually doesn't have a problem
Yes,
with it.
yes. So that's why you have to
So you need to
ask
know.
them. You may see that okay, you may see that it's not normal. Why some see it as
And I
normal?
feel why people will not see it as something that is not normal is because they felt it might serve as a replacement for your partner at the long run. So,
Mm-hmm.
and some feel it's demonic. I don't know.
Yes, yes,
I don't know. So,
yeah,
different opinions.
yeah. Different
Different
opinions. So, but
opinions.
since it's your partner, you are going to marry with this
But
person.
for you, let me ask you, our married friend, my married friend,
I
what do you think about that?
nothing can replace my husband.
Okay? And that's on period.
Yeah, that's my own opinion. Nothing can replace
But
my
some people doesn't
husband.
see it as replacement,
Me, I see it
actually.
as replacement. Me, I
Okay.
see it as replacement because I'll be used to it.
For me, that's why communication is very, very important. There are some people that they cannot talk about these things with their spouse or with
Mm-hmm.
their partner, with the person they're in a relationship with. Why?
Yeah.
Why are you in why will you be in a relationship with someone you cannot freely talk about these things
Yeah.
with? Do you get? At the end of the day, I understand the fact that they will tell us wait to this thing, but I will tell you that with how things are changing now, you need to apply wisdom. Wisdom is profitable. Do you
Yes.
get? So
Yes.
you still need to apply wisdom. You need
Mm-hmm.
to do it, but in a way that you will still be able to accomplish things that they tell us about not wanting us to discuss. We know the reasons why they don't want us to discuss these
Yes.
things,
Yes.
and
Yes.
actually it's valid.
Yeah. Very
Those reasons
valid.
are very, very
Very
valid, very,
valid.
very valid. But with how things are now
Mm-hmm.
in this generation, you might feel, I would say that it might not really work 100% again,
Mm-hmm.
but there's still a way you can still make it work along
Mm-hmm.
each
Yeah.
other, achieving that same
Same
aim.
aim.
That's it. It's one thing to be able to communicate these things.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just asking the question, you need to be able to communicate it, and communicate it in a way that you'll be able to get the honest
Answer.
answer from that person.
Yeah.
Do you get? If that person has to tell you, okay, just like the story I told you, I didn't pick up a fight with him that, oh, you are doing this, maybe you are a brother, you are meant to. I just we talked it out. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
We communicated about it. And when he was coming with things that I know that as a child of God is not okay. Do you get? I can't be in a relationship with you, or we're not even. Do you get? I can't be doing those things. You understand what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say? Revealing my flesh and my body and all that. Do you get?
Yes.
So, and even aside that fact, how will you even so stupid? Sorry. So I will send my pictures to you through the phone, and what will now happen? No, aside that, as a child of God, I would never even have attempted to do that. And even aside being a Christian or a child of God, morally, it doesn't make sense. It's
Mm-hmm.
against my standards.
Yeah.
So there's no way I was going to give in. So I just had to let him go.
Yeah.
And please, one thing I will always say is, please don't be too judgmental.
Yeah.
Once you start becoming too judgmental or judgmental yourself,
They won't
this person will
talk.
start being defensive.
Yeah.
They will not talk.
Yeah.
They will not tell you.
So another question that you need to ask them is, do you wash? Do you wash P? I'm not going to spell it, but I'm not going to spell it complete spell. It's not going to be complete spelling. So do you wash P? The word start from P, then
And
ends with hen.
okay,
So do you wash it?
you need to know. So I've heard of someone that they got married, and because it's something that they are used to, they cannot have anything to do with together without having to first play or watch it.
Yeah, yeah,
And what do you think
yeah.
about that?
It helps to, some people believe that it helps to set the mood. Yeah.
And it now leads to the fact that they might not even be able to, now go to their wife and say, okay, let's do this and this, without having
Watching it.
something to
The thing is
motivate
that they will
them.
just, the thing about it is that just that you'll be addicted to it.
Without having something to motivate them to do it. So at the long
Yes.
run, and whatever it is that you feed your eyes with, it's something that you keep repeating in your
In your
mind,
mind.
whatever it is.
So another thing that you need to ask them is, this question is, after asking all this question, as a Christian, as a believer in courtship, so you have to ask, okay, if you are having the urge, how will you overcome it? Like, how will you get out of it? So you have to know the method they use in order to get
Yeah,
out
I
of the
think
situation.
without question, it will even help you to know if they're indulging what you
Yes,
just said
yes,
earlier.
yes. How do you
It will
get
help you.
out of it? So you have to ask the question. All these questions too, make sure that you ask them at the right time. You are not
Yeah.
asking this question your first date. You're
Yeah,
not you're not
of
you're not asking
course.
this question when you just,
You are
so
just meeting for the first
you're
time,
not
or
meeting
you are
for the
just
first
meeting for the
time, so you are
first,
started asking all these questions. So it does not really make sense like that. So just try to, when you are, should I say when you are we have to balance it, because when you are closer to marriage, sometimes you're already preparing for marriage.
me, I feel like before then you've done introduction, everyone have even known you and all that. I don't
So
think
that if
for
something,
me,
if you have a year,
quoting you were before then.
so but you actually know the right time to ask, but you don't need to ask them at the early stage of your relationship. You don't really need to ask them at the early stage. Even at the early stage, you will know some things
Yes, that's what I was
that you
about
will
to
be
say.
able
That
to
you be able,
know
yeah,
that, okay, can I
cope with. You will
probably
see them
okay,
put up that
probably a
act.
guy that, okay, if you're asking a guy all this question, like, probably a guy that is a believer, that doesn't believe in doing the do before marriage, but is asking you to do every other thing apart from doing the do. You said we should not do it, but can we do this
Exactly
here instead of this?
this.
So at least we are
And
not doing
for
it.
you, because of the love and anything you want to, you will find
Eh,
yourself taking down your standard
yeah.
because of that person, because of the love you have for that person. So it's
Yes.
better not to
Yes.
even
Yeah.
try
My
it
friend
at
just
all.
said a point, like compromising your standard and all of that. So you don't have to compromise your standard, like standard that we meant, like that,
Yes,
that's godly standard.
standards
You
and
don't have to
values.
compromise it. You have to lower it because you want to satisfy someone else.
And I would say that for anyone that is in that kind of, maybe a Christian lady and someone that, I think you need to sit that person down and talk, because at the end of the day you find that you are doing things that you are not happy with. Sometimes you end up doing them and you are guilty conscience and
The
all.
thing is that, let us just be practical. The thing is just that everything about the relationship, we always say about, hey, don't let us do it, leave me
And
alone
you be
now. If you start adding it to it, you may focus more on it, and that's the truth. Just that if you see each other, that's one of the things that will be in your mind at first. And by the time you do it, you have mouth to even talk about all this, and instead of even talking
because
about
you are
things
in the
sef,
heart
probably
already.
you are even
Yeah,
thinking of praying for your marriage at that time. After doing the do, you will not be
you are in
able
it
to,
already.
there is this guilty, this thing that will, like, okay, God have mercy. You keep losing your courtship period with the same God have mercy, God have mercy, God have mercy. So it's better and more healthy to abstain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't forget that we said don't discuss this in a closed room.
Disclaimer.
Don't discuss it where a private place and all of that. Make sure it is on phone
Or
or a very open place. Do you understand? Such that if you are feeling somehow, there will
You
not
won't
be
be
you
tempted.
will be tempted. Exactly. You not be tempted. Make sure you pick a strategic place for you to discuss this, having in mind that the reason why because we were told not to talk about
Talk
it,
about it.
but you have it in mind that this is the reason why
I need to talk
we
about
ask they
it.
ask us not to talk about it. This is the end result, so that you will avoid the end result
From
after
happy
talking
about it.
about it. So make sure that you
It's
don't
just for you to know, to have the knowledge of the
have the
kind of person you
knowledge
are with before you
about
move on
it.
to, stage that you might
Yes,
not be able to withdraw or
yes,
say you are not interested. Because sometimes you find yourself being emotionally attached to the person, you are in love with this
yes,
person, you
yes.
are planning futures together, you are even seeing yourself with kids already, and you now get to find out these things later on. It will be so painful, and sometimes you might just want to move on with it just because you are now at that stage where you feel you are close to getting married already.
Yeah,
So it will be
yeah,
very painful to now
yeah,
leave that person at that stage.
yeah.
So the earlier the better.
So guys, we hope you enjoyed this video. For
Yeah,
me, I enjoyed it. For us,
100%. We
we
enjoyed it.
enjoyed the video. So for we enjoyed the video. So guys, if you have someone that you can share this video to,
No, it's not that if they have someone, definitely you have someone you can share the video to.
yeah, so you can also share with your spouse, with
Yeah,
your partner.
yeah.
Just do good by sharing the
And
video to people that
subscribe.
need it. So don't see, I know that you have been watching this video and you watch it to the end and you see
Mm-hmm.
waka, you not
Pass.
like it.
It's not good now.
It's
Kò
not
marry
good.
bẹ́yẹn now.
It's not a good thing. So just click on the like button so that you too can keep recommending this video to other
And if they
people.
have any gist for
Yes,
us
if you
too,
have other
anything to say,
opinion,
opinions,
if you
yeah,
have if you also have
let us
experience,
know in the
just
comment
try to put it in the
section. We'll be
comment
there waiting for
section. Yes, we're there
you.
waiting for you. So guys, don't forget to subscribe, like,
Share
share, engage in the comment section. You know
section.
that we love you by now. So see you in our next video. Guys, hope you not
Bye.
miss my husband.
Don't worry. I can't be like your husband, but I'm a babe too.
Yes, so.
Bye
Alright guys, see
guys.
ya. Till we see you again in our next video.
Videos
Keep soaring.
watching.
Watching you,
Me mo kote manso.
keep soaring like
Okay.
soaring.
Sorry. Okay, we are
So
just to
till
share.
we see you in our next video.
Video. Keep
Keep soaring.
swearing.
Bye.